Hello, my econ learners, and to everyone who are with me today. I am Teacher Claire, and my channel offers video lessons for students and some more varied educational contents. If it's your first time here, I'd be so glad to have you with me in my YouTube journey. So please click the subscribe button, like this video as well, and click the bell icon for you to be updated on my next video contents. And for today's lesson, we will focus on achieving the following objectives. Recognize various types of communicative strategy. Distinguish each from one another through situational analysis. And demonstrate comprehensions on communicative strategies via situational assessment effectively. And to check your retained knowledge about speech context, try this exercise. To give you ideas about the types of communicative strategies, watch this one.
Turn taking, wherein each of them waits for their turn to say something relevant to the topic, which is about General Assembly.
Hey dude, I was wondering, why did you study and
Because my parents want to.
why did you study here? Why don't you study in other schools?
Because in our school back there, we were so late at some lessons, and I think it will be difficult for me in college. So what about you? Why did you choose engineering?
Because I really wanted to take computer. Because only in STEM you could take computer course.
In this scenario, Gyro and Seth are exchanging words and both of them focus on that specific topic. They are asking questions to each other to maintain their conversation going.
Oh my God, Zanri, Jan Mat is so hard. Have you answered all the questions?
We know that is so hard. I don't even know the answers and the solutions. Oh, by the way, Binona, have you finished the Earth Science project?
Yeah, my crystal is so big. You wanna look at it?
Yes.
Winona and Zandria were having a conversation about general mathematics, then suddenly, Zandria changed the topic to their project in earth science, which we can see a new topic as the new beginning of their conversation, and Winona responds without any complaints.
Oh, what a great day.
What the are you doing, bro? That's your own fault, bro. Oh, Typhon, did you see what happened? You think you're getting paid for this? What the are you talking about, bro? It's your own fault. You're sitting at the edge of the stairs. Bro, I'm sorry. It's okay. I broke the iPod. Just be careful next time. No, I'll just pay for it. Sure.
Ken and Ivan had a problem about Ivan's iPad that was broken because of Ken's clumsiness. First, Ken claimed that it was Ivan's fault that started their misunderstanding. Then Ken apologized to Ivan to fix their problem and they solved it with an agreement.
You know math? I don't like math. It's so hard. But
See, there you are. We have to hurry.
let's go! Oh, wait. Linil, I have to go. Sorry,
Yeah.
man. We have classes.
See you later.
Linil and Cedric were the first communicators and their conversation ended when Ken appeared and called Cedric. That's the time Cedric ended his conversation with Linil.
And those are the 7 types of communicative strategy. This time, to further enhance your understanding about each of them, watch and listen to this. To begin with, we have the nomination. Nomination communicative strategy is a technique used by the speaker to introduce or open a topic that would start the communication process. For example, good morning class, welcome back to online learning. As we all know, we are still struggling with the impact of COVID-19 as the opening of the year 2022 was faced with the surge of cases due to Omicron variant. I hope that we are all safe and healthy. Is there anyone from the class suffering or recently suffered from any flu-like symptoms? In the situation, the teacher opened the communication by greeting the class and welcoming them back to the online learning. The flow of communication expanded as the teacher mentioned and oriented the class on the fact that we still face the impact of COVID-19, eventually leading to the proper introduction of topic for discussion, which would be whether there are students possibly infected or had been infected by the virus. The next is restriction. Restriction communicative strategy means controlling the response of the one you talk to by setting a specific category or instructions during the communication process. Let's have this one as an example. In the first task, you are to define the 7 communicative strategies using the diagram. Just supply the types in the first line boxes and a 1-sentence definition for each in the second line boxes. Meanwhile, in the second task, you will need to brainstorm with your groupmates and demonstrate real-life situations showing the communicative strategies. Through the instructions provided by the teacher, students' responses are restricted to specific ideas as per needed in the task. Another we have is turn-taking. Turn-taking communicative strategy pertains to the process of knowing who takes the conversational floor or who would do the talking and the listening, or vice versa. It requires that each speaker speaks only when it is his or her turn during an interaction. Knowing when to talk depends on watching out for the verbal and nonverbal cues that signal whether the speaker has finished or the topic under discussion has been exhausted and a new topic may be introduced. At the same time, it also means that others should be given the opportunity to take a turn. Turn-taking communicative strategy uses either an informal approach, meaning just jump in and start talking, or a formal approach, which is done by means of asking permission to speak or by means of requesting permission to speak. Look at this example. I agree with the point just made, but may I add that it is still better to get vaccinated so we could protect not only ourselves but the people around us. We would rather not just look at the number of cases rising if we could share a help, isn't it? May I have the floor, ma'am? The topic under discussion is whether to have vaccination a requirement for all. We all want to surpass the great impact and losses this pandemic caused us. If that's the case, I would go for the implementation of that law. In the conversation, you'd see that the first is an informal turn-taking wherein the student speaker just jumped in and shared his views, while the next formally asked permission to speak before sharing his ideas. The next strategy is topic control. Topic control communicative strategy is simply a question and answer formula that moves the discussion forward. This also allows the listener or the other participants to take turns, contribute ideas, and continue the discussion. For example, you all have great ideas even when you have different thoughts about whether vaccination should be required or not. If a qualified but unvaccinated member of the family got infected of the virus, then survived after medication and quarantine, what next thing would you choose to do? Here, the teacher took control of sustaining the flow of conversation by commending the ideas of the students and by asking questions so as to prevent the closure of conversation. Moving on, we have the topic shifting. Topic shifting communicative strategy is the strategy that is useful in introducing another topic. This strategy works best when there is follow-through so that a new topic continues to be discussed. Here's an example. What we have right now, because of the pandemic, is a life and death battle where vaccines are deemed significant. However, our greatest battle is with man himself, who continues to act as if there is no virus at all and believes that we can move just like how we do in the normal days. Discipline says it all if we wish to move forward. In the statement, the speaker shifted from the topic importance of vaccines against our fight to surpass the pandemic to the importance of self-discipline, which highly affected our means of dealing with the virus. Our next is repair. We have already learned that communication almost always breaks down. When miscommunication occurs, one can apply the repair communicative strategy. That includes requesting clarification, not acknowledging, topic shifting, not responding, repeating, recasting, and adding. One requests clarification by asking questions or by means of using signals like the use of eyes, head, or shoulders to show that the message could not be understood. By not acknowledging the new situation, the situation already in progress will continue. Topic shifting can help direct the discussion to another topic or divert the attention of the listener from the topic that has become problematic. Repeating is a good way of correcting oneself and gives the speaker time to do just that. Recasting means changing the form of a message that could not be understood. It allows the speaker to say the message in another way so that the listener can understand what was originally incomprehensible. Here are examples. I beg your pardon, but there were more cases of COVID-19 vaccinated individuals in the National Capital Region because most of the citizens here already received vaccines. However, as per records stated, most of them were asymptomatic or with mild symptoms, proving that vaccines help in preventing severe cases. A lot of public students, I mean public school students, as well as teachers, seek for an academic health break. In the first example, the speaker seemed not to understand the other's idea or to disagree with it, so he tried to clarify the issue by stating some known facts to avoid further misunderstanding. In the second example, the speaker clarified what he meant by public students through repeating and correcting himself, which is one way of communication repair to avoid breakdown. The last among the 7 strategies is termination. Termination communicative strategy ends the interaction through verbal and non-verbal messages that both speaker and listeners send to each other. Sometimes the termination is quick and short. Sometimes it is prolonged by clarifications, further questions, or the continuation of the topic already discussed. But the point of the language and body movement is to end the communication. Example, do you have any question about the topic we discussed today? None, ma'am. Everything is clear. That is so, I will leave you with a group task to work on during your asynchronous time. Have a great day ahead. In the example, the teacher ended her communication with the class by wishing them a continued great day. And those are the 7 communicative strategies we need to employ during the communication process to ensure effective understanding. And to assess your understanding on the discussion about the types of communicative strategy, try this exercise.